I think we messed up as a human race when the world became a leaderboard.
I tore food and I tore dishes. There's just so much that you can have, like red pea stew, like, oh my God, like chicken soup, like, God, get me there, like.
A lot of creativity and expression. A lot of this stuff starts off as a service to community.
I used to think that it was more important to give than it was to receive. When I went through my grief, I realized that it's as important to receive and allow myself to be a recipient of community. Because then you allow people in your community to have purpose. Like when grief hits you, there's no warning. So.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Hour, 20 minutes, maybe more, maybe less, to entertain you. Like, comment, subscribe, share it around, rate on Spotify. Anything else?
Okay, yes, last time or previously I've said we should play this out loud.
In the bus.
I reckon if you are a student in university, when the lecturer asks for anyone that has anything else that they want to say or any questions to ask in the class, just put them onto this podcast right now, this episode.
Yeah, find your way kicked out of uni.
I was wondering where you
the bag daddy.
Chief Olasoji in the building, baby.
It's your girl Moeezy.
He's a prince.
And we're joined by a special guest, Elsie Cullen. Thank you for joining us.
Pew, 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 pew. Not the happy dad.
I love the dance.
Congratulations are in order as well.
Yes.
You said it briefly beforehand, but
What is this? 3 degrees? Trying to be a thermometer?
So it's 2 degrees
Okay.
and one MINI
Oh, we count.
MINI MBA.
So what's the
count it.
two?
The first is in nursing, adult nursing, and the second is in health and international development. It's a master's.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And then a mini business.
And then a business.
just for fun,
business
yeah.
administration.
Just because, like.
Oh no,
It's
because
obviously,
yeah.
The people that can continue to learn, and especially like in a degree tertiary like format, different.
They have a plan. That's
They
that's
do.
what it is.
They do.
Yeah.
They've thought
Sure.
10, 15 years down the
Yeah,
track. They're like,
100%.
I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Because that ties in really well with what you're
reckon?
doing now.
Oh.
Some people.
I only say this because my sister has 2. Yeah. What's it? Undergraduate and masters. And she got the masters because she did not make the right choice with her undergrad. And she's like, I had no
Let me
plan.
make this
Now let me
back.
figure this out. Yeah.
No, like, what I mean, like, if those would have a plan, it's like,
Yeah.
what you're doing now, you needed to do all this to get to where
Yeah.
you're at. Like,
Yeah.
you had a plan.
Fair. I think there's a certain age, which I always say, like, you know when you're in uni and there's like the 50-year-old in your class and you're
Yeah.
like, yo, you want to be
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Those mature age
They
students.
they ask the right
Yeah.
questions. They come with
Yeah,
notes.
yeah.
They come with, and I'm like, oh, like this is probably how I should be approaching this
Yeah.
uni thing.
For sure.
Uni exposed me. We're gonna get into some trade-offs to get to know you a little bit more. But I just uni exposed me so bad. Like you leave like high school. I think you guys go from college to uni, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we finished off high school going to uni. And I was the guy. Like in terms of brains, I was him. Should have become
Good
the
brain. Good brain.
Yeah, good brain, crazy guy. I should have become. I thought I was him, right? I get to uni the first day. I realized I haven't done the pre-readings for some assignment we should have had in. I didn't bring the paper that was meant to be done or whatever. I said, "Who am I? And where did I lose all my knowledge?" It exposed me immediately, man. It was bad. It was
really
bad.
does.
But we're here now, man.
We're here. Hey,
Yeah.
Elsie, we want to get to know you, so I'm gonna throw 4 questions your way. These guys are gonna see how you would answer, and then we're gonna hear what you'd answer. Yeah, just fun ones, nothing serious. You meet the love of your life tomorrow,
Wow.
but your best friend never approves of them.
She's taking the love of her life. I think so.
Nah, hey, there can be more loves of the life, man.
Wait,
Yo.
what?
Because your best friend.
But the
Best-
question says you actually meet the love of your life.
There can be another, bro.
Okay. Well,
Best
I
friend?
think she'll take that.
Nah, I'm going with the
Best
not
friend.
meeting the love
Yeah,
of
I
life.
think you're
Yeah.
picking friend. Yeah,
I
'cause
think
like,
you have to.
it might be
That's a tough
harder to
one.
replace a friend than a partner.
I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
You
A
don't have to
true
replace
friend.
him. You just don't
I'm
talk
trying to
about
read- I'm trying
you
to
just
read
don't
her
talk about
face.
your relationship to your friend.
Nah, I don't. Nah.
Now your friend's never coming to the house because your partner's
Exactly.
there.
They're
All
never gonna
that.
be
Oh.
around.
Okay, well,
Rubbish.
Now I'm curious.
All right. What are you saying?
Yeah, no, I think that there are many loves of someone's life.
That's it.
And
That
you
is
know,
true too.
I think if your friend, your best friend that knows you, that loves you, that cares for you, and has seen you grow, feels like this person isn't a representation of you as a person and can't take you into the future, then I think that's good counsel to take.
That's a good answer.
That is my
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, see?
Clark,
Yeah, but then at the same time, you know, not everything is that linear, and so
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes, you know,
What if the friend's jealous?
what if they're
Ooh.
jealous? Yeah, my friends aren't jealous people, so
Nah, that was
knows
like,
her
let me put this out there so
Yeah,
they hear,
yeah.
guys. Don't ever be a jealous.
They're watching it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's girls. Yeah.
Alright. Free Jamaican food forever, but you cannot have jerk chicken. So everything else is free, but you just can't have the jerk chicken.
To be fair, the
What
thing
else
I've
is there you
enjoyed,
can get
yeah.
besides the
No, you
jerk?
can have bit oxtail, curry goat.
To be fair, I'm not very familiar with the Jamaican.
But jerk
Little
chicken
boy
is
over there.
banger.
I know. I was gonna say the thing
Okay,
I've enjoyed the most.
On
Bang
my
on.
ranking,
Here we go.
like if I'm going oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken,
Even
jerk
what about
chicken
the
is
fish?
third for me.
Lost his whole mind.
Your chicken's one for me.
I think she's got an answer.
Yeah, she's looking at you. I think that's her answer right there.
It's very hit and miss.
Wait, what is?
Hey, that
Jerk
thing's been
chicken
hit,
is
hit,
hit and miss.
hit.
So
Yeah,
Every
I
time
don't
I've
know,
had
man.
it here.
The
Maybe
curry
London-
goat has been hit for me.
Ooh, I don't know. The jerk chicken has slapped every single time without fail.
I don't think she can live
I think we've
without
had it
jerk
like what,
chicken.
3 times.
That face said it.
Yep.
So, this is like my second time in Jamaica, and I want to go back again and again and again and again and again. And there's so much to their cuisine. There's like fried fish, there's
Ackee and
steamed fish,
saltfish.
there's ackee and
Yeah.
saltfish.
Yeah.
If you've never had ackee and saltfish here, where they make it with like the coconut oil, yeah, my god.
Nah,
it's
that's taking you somewhere.
oh god, you have
The fried okra
dumpling,
is
fried
sensational.
dumpling, okra, like just so much. Like even my go-to meal will always be curry goat. But like callaloo, like there's just so much.
So forget the
And
jerk
do you say Jamaican food or Caribbean food?
I said Jamaican specific.
Okay, yeah, because even like Caribbean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
it's a
so
whole
much.
nother-
Yeah,
okay.
so
So you take the free Jamaican forever then?
yeah,
Okay.
Makes sense.
yeah. Jerk chicken is great. It's lovely. It's nice, but there's so
There's levels
much
to
other
it,
food.
yeah.
Especially, I'm trying to cut down like even like Ital food and Ital dishes. There's just so much that you can have, like red pea stew, like like oh
This
my
is
god, like chicken soup, like God, get me there, like
Guys
yeah.
who found her favorite
Yeah,
topic.
Hey, forget all the other conversation points. Let's talk about
Let's talk about Jamaican food.
Fair. All right. Your outfits always look fire,
Oh,
but your shoes squeak on every floor.
I thought it was a compliment. Sorry.
You think so? Well done. Very nice fit today.
Hey, the little jacket you had in as well, that was an accessory jacket too. Like that's not really.
Hey,
like
she just
a let
came
me-
to stunt. It's not
Yeah.
even the weather for another
That jacket
jacket.
wasn't even like a let me wear it jacket.
Just on the side. Just on the side.
Okay,
That's
I'm
hilarious.
sorry. Repeat. What was
Alright,
it?
so your outfits always look fire, but your shoes squeak on every floor.
What about
Just enough to annoy you the whole time.
And then what's the alternative?
So yeah, your outfit looks fire,
Every
but your
single time.
shoes squeak.
So would I take that? Would I not take that?
Yeah, would you? Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you know what it is when your shoes squeak? 'Cause sometimes when I wear Doc Martens, yeah, those are squeakable shoes.
You just feel like a child.
I feel, you know, like cartoons. Yeah, you know the cartoons when like the
light
characters
up
like
heels,
farting
bro.
on their yeah, like fart. That's how I feel when I walk on these squeaky ass shoes, bro. So
But you still wear your Doc Martens though.
That's
After it makes a noise though.
That is
You know what I mean?
yeah, fire face.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
fire.
I feel like the squeaky shoes is something you instantly become super self-conscious about. Like you ever walked into the shops after it's rained, and you're just like, and you're like, I think everyone's staring at me.
Yeah, no, I get overstimulated really easily by like sounds and stuff and like different senses. So yeah, no, if like I like to be as quiet as possible in certain spaces. So if I can hear myself squeaking, I will take my shoes off. I will walk barefoot.
Nah, proper.
Yeah.
Did you have one more?
All right, one more. All right, I noticed that you like to travel.
Yeah.
And those are my favorite kind of people. Like, as someone who's lived in a lot of places and traveled quite a bit and whatnot, it's like I always go, most interesting people, the ones that have traveled the most. So, you can fly and have a holiday anywhere in the world for free, but you can only go once every 2 years. But it's completely for free, all expenses paid, anywhere you want to go,
How long?
a month each time.
Once every 2 years.
But you can only go once every 2 years.
every 2 years is a lot.
And you're experiencing it nice. Like, it's just not, there's
yeah.
no
Is
back.
this a
there's no-
holiday or for work?
Huh? Holidays.
But if I'm working, I can still travel.
No, I can't. Loopholes. I mean,
all
I'm
expenses.
gonna say no for this.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
at least the work trips are just rubbish areas. Sheffield.
Okay, first of all, my auntie's out.
Birmingham. Like, it's nothing except my family's in Birmingham.
That's a hard one. I mean, I'm new to traveling.
Yeah.
And I and I don't think I can do it. Like, I feel like I need it.
You
like,
need it every
at
year?
least
Yeah,
twice
you
a
need
year.
something soon.
Yeah,
And if you love traveling that much,
Yeah, exactly. I don't think
you
you
can
could.
take it.
no one who loves traveling is going to only be able to do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
Once
years.
every 2 years is crazy.
Is this FIFA World Cup or something, man? That's kind of nah. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
expenses paid. Forget it. Yeah.
I'll just pay.
Yeah, I'll budget for it, yeah.
I'll
That's
just
mad.
pay.
That is mad. What's been your favorite place that you've been to?
And why is it Jamaica?
Yeah. Is it Jamaica? It probably is Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamaica. I think the food, the landscape, terrain. Like there's like mountain areas, then you have the beach areas, then you have like the lagoon areas, and I really like kind of like that diversity. The people are so nice and friendly, and like even just the lifestyle. I think it's just like slow, and then you can skin out, and like no one's looking at you like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I just
You
feel
can what?
free, skin out.
Oh.
As in, like,
Yeah.
I could be wearing shorts, like, do you know what I mean? And like, I wouldn't wear like batty rider shorts in Nigeria, for example.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
like, I mean,
yeah.
like, I just wouldn't, because I'd be feeling like my aunties are looking at me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in
The
Jamaica,
church is going to talk about you.
Yeah.
And obviously in Jamaica, like obviously like there's a super like rich conservative culture there as well, and like really traditional and like really respectful, etc. But I think there's also like an acceptance that you can, be free
Skin
in
it
how you
out.
dress,
Wow, yes.
and also it's quite intergenerational as well. Like I remember, sorry, I've got so much to say, but I remember like there was one time I went to this like jerk festival in like I think it's called like Boston Jerk Festival, something like that, in one area near the beach. And like it was maybe like 11, 12 p.m. and there's like little kids playing like ludi boards outside, like outside the function, and it was just so sweet. Do you know what I mean? Like how intergenerational it just
Like,
felt.
everyone just feels
Yeah,
comfortable outside.
Like, it's comfortable to just be outside and it's safe and like it's very much like community driven. So yeah, I really like that about Caribbean culture. Like there's so much like richness to it. Or Jamaican culture specifically. Yeah. Because there's a difference.
We need to get out there.
You need to go
man.
to Jamaica.
Yeah.
sure.
Nah,
Mate,
see-
honestly, you do.
I've been flying this flag for the longest, but when you travel, do you
Yeah.
travel with like Jamaican people back to Jamaica, or
Yeah.
because I like you don't know what you hear from an outsider perspective, but it's like you always hear that just stay in Montego Bay or stay in, you know what I mean? But it's like, do you actually go out and about,
Yeah.
and is it what they tell
What
you
people say,
online, or
yeah.
is it
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
obviously you got to be vigilant anywhere, but
Yeah, I mean, whenever I travel, I'm more of like a backpack traveler. So I'm very much like staying in hostels, or staying with like people's family or stuff
Right.
like that. So I'm never really like a resort kind of
Got you.
person. Because even the food, like there's one of the like really big resorts called Riu in Jamaica, like fantastic resort, all inclusive. But when you compare like the food there to home food or the local
streets,
food, it's just
yeah.
like just incomparable.
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So yeah, I'm very much like with like
with
my
people
friend, with people from the culture, and I can go to
that's
someone's
nice.
house, grandma's house, and
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
it's fantastic.
I can't lie. The way you travel is just bare excitement. Like from what at least what you put out there, it just looks like a time every single time.
Yeah,
You'll find yourself in random places. Even I think the recent time, you went hiking and all that.
Yeah, in Switzerland with Explorers Club. Shout out Explorers Club.
This is all. This is the type of we don't make these type of things part of the trips that we've done so far. Yet, I don't think.
We
Yeah,
go to the
like,
city areas.
Yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
going out for a
Yeah.
landscape type
Yeah.
of trip and just out there, just great
Yeah.
outdoors.
What's your least enjoyable trip that you've been on, or even the one that you were like, this is the most disappointing? Like I got here, I really had expectations here, and it was just not meeting it.
I don't have those kind of
Fair.
experiences. Yeah, because I'm the kind of person. Even if I'm somewhere.
I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah, I'm not you know what I mean? And it's
I'm not at home.
Yeah. And it's like even if I go somewhere, because I went to Japan for I went to Korea and then Japan. So I was in Korea for maybe like 4 days, and then Japan for maybe like 3 or 4 days. So like I went. My other group that I was with, shout out the group that I travelled with, but there was like tensions in that group.
As soon as I saw the smile, I said, this is girls trip gone
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh no.
There were tensions on that trip,
Oh, man.
just because some people had that different interests,
Yeah.
like what they wanted to do. Japan, specifically like Tokyo, is like a really like high rise,
You ain't got to tell
kind of
me
like
that.
built up kind of like
Yeah, I love it
city, and I could only do a day,
Yeah.
half a day in Tokyo before like saying, okay guys, this has been nice.
What's
but
next?
It's done.
I'm
yeah.
gonna go to. I went to Osaka. I
Yeah.
went to Kyoto.
Yeah.
that's
I
the
just
vibe.
did
Yeah.
my own thing for the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
So I will, even if I'm taking like a 2-hour train journey to
Yeah.
a different part of the country,
You're gonna
I
do
will
it.
do that just to make sure that I experience
Yeah.
100%.
what I want to experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. If I go somewhere, I'm gonna make sure that I
Yeah.
see what I want to see and do what I want to do.
Did you go to Hiroshima by any chance?
No, I didn't.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Good time.
we had
Wait, is that no, it's not.
What was it?
Continue. No. Continue.
Wait, whoa, what were you about to say?
No.
We'll cut it out. Whatever.
We had a we had this weird, almost like, because we went there to the site, and then right out front of it there's these steps and then like a big river, and then I think they call it like the Hope Garden or something like that across. We just sat down on the steps for like 4 hours. And it just became this thing of everyone just opening up and just connecting, and
Yeah.
it was
So that was 2023, right?
Yeah.
And then 2024, I took my dad to Japan, and we did pretty much the exact same trip,
Yeah.
but it was just me and him. And when we get to Hiroshima again, exact same thing. We just start opening up about a whole bunch of stuff, and like even he's like going like, if there's anything in your life that you're disappointed with me, like tell me before I'm not here, kind of thing. You know what I mean? He's like, because he's like, there's things I wish I could tell my mom or whatever, right? And it's like, I was like, what is it about this place
Yeah.
that has gone through all this, but it's like for some reason it's very peaceful.
Yeah.
Everyone around us seems to be on the same wavelength. It's like, this is very interesting. Very, very
yeah,
interesting.
it's embedded into that city because obviously a madness has happened there.
Yeah.
And when you're there at the site and you're seeing the different signage and whatnot, you just start getting, I think, maybe reflective on life, and then it just comes out of you.
Yeah.
4 hours, guys, for no reason. We sat down. We sat down there just talking. I said, "Wow,
Yeah.
this is." No, we did the same yesterday at Popeyes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know how that happened.
When you said that, I ordered fries, and we sat there for 5 hours and just chatting.
The workers wanted to kick us out. Anyways, enough about that. They want to get to know you even more, like just to understand who is Elsie and how, how
did
did
you
you,
get
how'd you get here? Like in terms of what you're involved in with the community space and the arts and the
different
creative
platforms
space, like
you've
all the
created
different
as well.
platforms and
Yeah.
the hats that you wear. The hat that you wore yesterday as well. Now with the MINI
Yes.
MBA again. Yep, shout out. How did we get here? Yeah, who's Elsie?
Golly, so I mean, it's a
Big question. Huh?
yeah. So where do I start from?
It's like that interview question, like, tell us about yourself. You're just like,
What?
Well, yeah.
where do I
Where do I
start?
start?
So my name is Elsie,
Yeah.
and I'm the founder of a platform, a community-based creative agency and platform called Ourppls. And essentially, we exist to connect creatives who care with culture-led communities. And really, what that means is, for me anyway, I've worked kind of a lot in the community space via nursing, and I was a nurse for a while, caring, volunteering at church, just doing that random stuff for and with communities. And I think what I found is that there's a lot of like really great initiatives that a lot of our elders and our aunties and our uncles have and are doing, and they're making like really great impact, but they're just not doing it in ways that are cool or sexy or like efficient.
Yeah.
And that's essentially how our people started. It started off with one of my friends asking me to help them produce a Black History Month festival in a community centre in Hackney called the Wally Foster Centre. And I had like a lot of connections because I used to like dance and was in the creative scene from really, really young, from about 14. So I pulled together this program, produced it, did all the assets for it. And I was like, oh wow, I should start a business here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where our people started back in 2016. And then it was there at that centre where I met, an elder man who had like a health business, an older woman or auntie who had a charity working to eradicate FGM.
FGM, sorry.
FGM, female
genital
genital mutilation.
Oh, yeah.
So I helped them do their website and do their logo, etc., etc. So that's when I kind of like realized that there was a need in our community, especially in that generation, to be connected with the creatives and creatives who actually care about this stuff. 'Cause I think being in the entertainment industry, because the creative industry and the entertainment industry are very closely aligned. They are completely separate. They are heavily aligned, because not everyone creates for entertainment and etc. Not all entertainment is creative, is that really creative, do you know what I mean? But I think being in kind of like this creative entertainment space, there's a lot of people who are there for the glitz, the glamour, the clout,
Yeah.
but not only that, also things that are, you know, fashion at the expense of like, I don't know, like 10 cows, or do you know what I mean? Like there are people that just want to create stuff without necessarily the care for the impact that it has. And I know that, you know, we're seeing more and more how harmful some spaces in the industry can be for not only people themselves and how they work themselves and that kind of like hustle culture, but also for maybe the communities that they're interacting with. But for me, I'm really interested in like creatives who care about not only you know, their communities, where they're from, their processes, sustainability, but also how they engage with themselves and how they look after themselves and how they use their creativity for impact. And so, yeah, so that's the agency that we're building now, an agency of creatives who care and that want to connect with communities and, you know, contribute to social change and impact. So, yeah, that's...
I think that's dope. Yeah,
I love that.
We're in a space where we're probably coming back to that, because I think a lot of creativity and expression, I'm gonna make this up like it's fact, but a lot of this stuff starts off as a service to community. In terms of, I feel like that's what creativity,
art imitating life.
Art and creativity has kind of always been in that pocket. Especially if we talk about like even like hip hop and rap origins, like a lot of that was to, you know, it's ultimately to serve the community, to express their experiences, right? But then we got into a weird space where I think the entertainment aspect of things creeped into that a lot more. And now, there was that window of people just like, okay, this is just something I can do to be at the forefront.
When life starts imitating art.
When life starts,
like goes from art imitating life to life imitating art at that point.
Yeah, like people are like, okay, let me make this like how I can live out and whatnot. And then it seems like we have a lot more people that are interested, especially with like sustainability and social responsibility. Like, how can I make this thing still kind of give back again? Like a lot more people are having that as the mindset at the forefront of their minds when it comes to like what they're doing in creative spaces. So that's
I think it definitely is like the rise of like capitalism as well. Because I think even at entertainment industry, I don't think it's always been so loaded as it probably is in the present day, or has been in the maybe like the last like 20, 30, 40 years.
Loaded like financially?
Loaded in terms of just all the scandals and issues. Do you know what I mean? And the wild parties and the rings and the this and the that. I think, because I mean like entertainment, like people, you know, as early as, you know, BC, AD, do you know what I mean? There's always been like people that, you know, put on performances or show artwork or storytellers, you know what I mean? That's an integral part of how we showcase our entertainment. I think entertainment is like a key produce of creativity, you know, it is to engage people and to entertain people and to tell stories, like you said, storytellers. But I think where capitalism comes in, then you have that the rise of like celebrity culture and, you know, people just grabbing stuff for wealth, and it's how much can I attain, how many girls can I have, how many things can I have, how much money can I have, how many houses can I have, do you know what I mean? I think that's when it becomes toxic, not only to the individuals themselves but also to the communities they represent. So I think it's more so capitalism that I have the issue with, and how it's kind of like plagued our industry, because people, even like the fact that as creatives now, a lot of us are creating because we have to stay alive, do you know what I mean? And really and truly the market is kind of hard to break through as a creative. I think even that is something that a lot of creatives struggle with, like how to stay creative and stay in tune with their passions whilst also having to like learn what it means to run a business. I think a lot of creatives don't understand business, and because of that struggle a lot.
It's a really weird balance when you're like acknowledging capitalism as the problem and running a business in a capitalist market, because you're like, well, I'm also not going to make a decision that doesn't make sense financially. You know? But then I'm like, well, I'm the problem and trying to solve the problem. And
that's why I did my MBA. Because I'm not necessarily, or the MINI MBA, I'm not necessarily...
Call it MBA.
No, it's a MINI MBA. I'm very big on like the nuances, and it's not an MBA. An MBA is like, what, 4 years, you know what I mean?
MBA light, bro.
It's an MBA light. I think for me, I'm like naturally quite just like, oh, let's just do this, you know what I mean? And when I first started Ourppls, 2016 to maybe 2020 or till like last year, like was broke as hell, do you know what I mean? Like I was so broke. And that's why I did nursing, do you know what I mean? Because I loved caring for people, but I was like, I need to find a way to make this love and care and happiness, like make some money, you know?
Make love and care for me.
That's why I started nursing. And then, you know, I joined Guap magazine, as the community manager, kind of like doing this stuff as well. So then Ourppls got put to the side, and it's only when I kind of like went back and I learned the business whilst at Guap, because Guap guys, they're very much like entrepreneurs first, they're business first. And I think I learned a lot from them in terms of like how to build a business. And so I think I did some short courses during that time whilst I was at Guap as well. Some like senior management courses, and then did my MINI MBA. And I think that was like really helpful in me thinking about, okay, cool, how do I then turn this idea that I've had from back then that I'd love to do but necessarily wasn't going to sustain me, how do I now make it into a profitable business? And within the year we've done well.
Because it only turned one recently. Yeah,
it turned one this month.
Yeah, this month.
Oh, congrats.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Big growth in that time.
What support do you, because we run a community organization back in Australia, but we also receive a lot of funding from the government. So the government also recognizes that what you guys are doing is important and there is an issue here. We can actually help you guys by giving us some money. Even entertainment industry, Creative Victoria actually gives money to entertainers and artists to actually support them as well. Here in this space, sounds like it's more sounds like you guys are doing it yourselves, or do you receive external funding or help?
Yeah, I mean, I think so in terms of like the company structure and stuff, we used to operate as a CIC. CIC means Community Interest Company, and that allows you to kind of like get in grants, funding, etc. We re-registered as a company this year because I was just bread. I need to get this bread, you know what I mean? And I need to do that in a way that allows me to be self-sustaining. And I think as much as I think in the UK there's a lot of like funds available and support available for kind of like creative ideas, and
do they view us important? Do they view us like we recognize?
Cool, I think the Mayor of London recently, Greater London Authority recently, not recently, but maybe like in the last 10-15 years, kind of like came on this initiative, which is like the boroughs of culture, and so there's like different like areas within London that receive like an amount of funding to become the borough of culture for that term or year, and so in that way they're trying to like really invest in the creative economy. And I think over the last maybe like 10-20 years we've seen the creative economy, especially in the UK, like really boom.
That's what's going through.
And I think other countries are now starting to like follow suit, like especially I think in Africa. We're seeing, Ghana's done really well, I think, in terms of their creative economy. South Africa,
for sure.
Nigeria is also,
but Nigeria, man, is...
Nigeria has a lot of, political challenges and
stuff.
Oh,
these countries.
Political challenges. At the same time, it's a lot more people to mobilize for everything. So
and the issue in Nigeria, it's not only like a lot of people, it's a lot of different like like the concept. If I get into it, because Nigeria shouldn't even be a country, really and truly, in my opinion. Like, it's so many different communities and cultures and people that have all said, "Oh, hey guys,
have it all."
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Even majority religion, but then the government's always the other religions.
Some don't even recognize them as us. It's like you guys are different to us.
Yeah. And again, like colonialism, like
that angers me so much when I think about it. The potential. Let me not. This is not here to.
But there's so many creatives within Nigeria, though, so it would be good to see them utilize that very well.
It'd be good to see the government, because I know I think that the private sector in Nigeria in terms of the entertainment industry is doing really well in terms of like bringing out films, music, etc. But it would be good to see what that looks like from governmental support in terms of like ministries of culture, etc., and how that kind of support looks like on an infrastructural level. Caribbeans or Jamaica specifically, do you know what I mean? It's like they've got so much music coming out, and like
for how small the population is, I always say they have an insane impact.
Because we talk about the cultures that have impacted the world a lot of the times. We talk about Nigeria. I think a lot of culture has impacted Nigeria, Jamaica,
South Africa recently.
South Africa is coming up. What was it? We had another. I think we said America as a whole, right?
I think when you look in specific things, I mean, it's a random one, but like Croatia in football, they overachieve for a country of 4 million people to go like World Cup finals regularly and semi-final, and then the players are there. So it's like it's really interesting to me when I see like these very small populations that produce absolute big, altering things for genres and sports and this and that. But I think Jamaica holistically, I'm like music, sport.
Even more recently, like Malta. They've hosted a lot of like festivals from London and from the UK, and I think when you invest in creativity and culture, because it's innate to us as human beings, you know what I mean? And I think more and more we're seeing people recognize the importance of it, but also the economic value of it. And I think for us as like diasporans, I think like we are the bedrock for me, in my opinion, of like creativity and culture. So it's like when we start to shift and make those changes towards really investing in the creative economy and the cultural economy, I think like there's so much that can be done in that space.
Yeah, you said from the age of like 14 you've been involved in the creative space. What did that look like? What was that?
Sorry, real quick. Are you from South London or?
Yeah, SE1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is.
Everything
don't
comes
know.
out of South London. All we've noticed is that everything comes out of South London.
Take pride.
Yes.
But yeah, what did that look like at that young age then?
Do you know what?
Creative space?
I think in terms of like my own independent journey, started at 14. But my dad, and my mum, my whole family, to be honest, they've always been creative. Like my mum, baked. She made her own books. My dad plays music. He used to take me out everywhere, museums, fairs, shows. Took me everywhere. My brother was a producer, played music.
Older, younger?
Older brother. My older sister as well. She used to make t-shirts. And my family is really creative anyway.
Yeah.
But then in terms of my own personal journey, 14 is when I started dancing. My brother introduced me to one of his friends that had their own like dance group. And so I started dancing with them at 14. And then, I was kind of like dancing throughout. And then when you get involved in the dance industry, you then end up, in PR. And then you then end up in music. And then you then end up in film. And then you end up, it's been a long journey.
It's very fulfilling, like for a young person in that. But then, again, you get to be exposed to so much, and now you're just left with bare talents, and you start thinking, what do I press into? Like, where do I go with this kind of thing?
Jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
That's the hard part, man. I remember there was a point in time when I was doing I was playing keys and I was learning guitar in high school. I was like, oh snap, is this like my life now? Like, is this about to be me? And then okay, this ain't gonna work out. Then I used to write stories. Okay, I'm gonna be an author. Yeah. Then I love doing like drawing up floor plans. Like, I'm gonna be an architect. It's like you just get into all of these things that are interesting and fun, and you start getting good at them. And it's like, okay, but where do you? And I'm now just yap.
After all that,
for real, that's a bad thing though. Like
self-discovery.
I think it's one self-discovery and like self-fulfillment, and I think it's the belief that you can do anything that you want to do. But also I think reading job description nowadays, it's like we want a social media manager that can actually film, edit,
that
create
can graphic design,
they can also
design,
project manage. Do you know what I mean? It's like people need to do everything. Do you know what I mean? So really, in today's market, I think it is important for you to have as many skills and interests as possible. And for example, where maybe like I may not use, for example, like I don't know, like my
dance skills, you use the confidence from
skills,
it.
Exactly, I use the confidence from it. There's so much transferable skills and soft skills that you get from, I think, just being able to express and explore yourself.
Really,
what?
I just thought of something funny. It's like applying for social media. It's like I can dance.
Let me bring that in.
No, but what's that guy that eats and then starts dancing afterwards?
There's a guy that eats and dances.
The big guy. Really and truly, he's a social media marketer.
The big guy.
Yeah,
you bring seeds.
He's so many.
This is delicious.
What?
It's a big mouth.
And he's made a full blown thing of it.
Now he goes to restaurants now and reviews restaurants.
They actually just call him and be like, hey, big man, come try it.
I'm not thinking hard enough, guys.
It's crazy. Now you combine eating and dancing. You would have thought to put it together. So
especially in like kind of like this influencer economy that we're in right now, you can do whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? You could be like a florist and then you'd be an accountant, and it's like, oh yeah, look at me in my spare time. And
you have money put to.
We have one lawyer.
Which is crazy.
She's like 50. Probably 50 years old, right? And she just started doing this thing where she shows people her making her salad at her desk for lunch.
Yes.
And like this has gone for years now, and serious cult following of like 500,000 people, whatever. And she just talks like a law. And bro, she's making crazy money off law. But then like people are obsessed with this lady.
Let me see this salad.
Guys, the salad is sensational. The ones that she makes. So I see why people follow.
You guys see this? I've not seen this content at all.
I feel shy, bro. I'm doing nothing, bro.
Because I'm really grinding. But it's going nowhere.
Wait, what kind of dance did you do?
I did contemporary hip hop, bit of ballet, street.
Ballet.
Nice. I like it.
I was learning all the first position, second.
Yeah, all of that.
That's serious, yo.
That jazz,
You talk about like that self-discovery kind of journey. I think you speak about this a lot as well. What was your experience or journey in terms of like doing that? Because I think you even like traveled quite a bit early as well.
I don't know, I think it's so funny because I think growing up in like a blended household, like my mum's Nigerian and my dad's British, I think in my like formative years, I was very much like rebellious, like free, did what I want. Like, I was going to parties, coming home at like 1 a.m. at like 14, 15.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so I think as much
my
as
God.
that, yeah. No, it
Parents
was,
would
Well,
have
shut
chained me to the
my-
wall.
My mum
Yeah.
cried when I
Same.
snuck out at the age of like 17.
Yeah.
She cried, called my pastor up the next morning,
And
and
the
he sat me
house
down.
was literally
Yeah.
And the house was down the
2
road.
minutes away.
And she hated this guy for years because
For
I
2
told her. I
years.
told her it's for 2 years because I told her it was his fault.
I was bad influence on him because
Yeah.
I pretty much snuck out with me.
But I told him.
But he took me out of my house.
You can
Yeah.
tell from his name.
Oh man.
yeah.
That's what you were on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Were
enough.
your parents strict, or was it just like you just didn't care and you pushed past it?
I think I don't know. I think I just did what I wanted. My mum disowned me. I think at 16 was like, yeah, I'm
Oh, no.
giving you over to God now. Like, we're living your life now at this point. Like, I'm not gonna wait up for you anymore in the
Yeah.
night. Like, you do what you want. And so I think, as much as I think that was like part of the exploration. Do you know what I mean? Like, just being out, going to the parties, meeting people, and I mean, I was having a great time. Like, I was a door girl for a party at 14. Yeah,
That's
14,
insane.
15.
Who were these men?
For a skate club.
Yeah,
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 that's
happened.
yeah, but I think it's good though because I enjoyed that. For me, I enjoyed it. It was great. You know what I mean?
This is crazy.
Like, it was community. I was
Nah,
like,
don't try to play.
Yeah, that's what
Hey,
you mean.
what-
Yeah.
One of her kids someday try this.
I don't know. It's generational.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
yeah, all that jazz. Yeah, no, I was having a great time, and I think, 16. Went through, I think, a bad period, I guess I'd say, when I think I realised, being maybe too free is not a good thing, and maybe kids need boundaries. Then 18 is when I went to India. I think I'd finished college. I had some compensation money for something that happened when I was younger. And so, I booked a ticket to India for as long as my visa would allow.
How long was that?
5 months.
Wow.
We went to India for 5 months.
Yeah.
Did you stay illegally for more than 5, or you
No.
did?
Like, the day that my visa ended is the day that my flight was booked.
you left.
Yeah, to return home.
Make the most of it.
Yeah,
Wow.
literally. So that was, I think, a really important part of my
Why
journey
India?
as well.
Yeah.
What
I
did
was
you
gonna
experience
say.
there? And whereabouts did you go?
So my childminders. So the reason why I went to India is my childminders when I was younger were from Bangladesh, and so we watched a lot of like Bollywood growing up. So I was just obsessed with
Hey, right.
kind of like Indian Bollywood, dirty kind of culture,
What's this guy?
as well.
Yeah, my love, Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah,
God,
my
keep
lyrics,
going.
He's got some niche names. He loves it.
Yeah, Rekha, like all of them.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
Yeah, man. It's such a rich culture.
It is,
And I
it
think,
is.
I went to India. I did a traditional medicine course. I was volunteering like a local health clinic.
Oh, that's dope.
I did like meditation courses, yoga courses, Reiki courses. So just doing stuff that I was like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this.
That's about what? 17, 18?
That was, I went on, when I just turned 18.
Yeah.
And then I came back, was working in PR.
How do you go from I'm doing Reiki and yoga to
Yeah.
now I'm gonna come and
Yeah.
do
Trans-
PR?
Transferable skills, mate.
So I was helping one of my
Transferable.
literally one of my friends that I met whilst dancing. He started like this drama comedy theatre company, and he wanted to help producing
Okay,
things because
yeah.
I knew people. I was like willing to help. I was like, I can help you find some
This is
stuff.
when you're grafting when you're 14.
Yeah. literally though, making connects. I was hustling. I mean, and I think my older sister's best friend at the time was working at a venue doing their PR, and I think the venue that he wanted to use was the same venue. So I saw my sister's best friend, and I was like, oh hey, and she was like, oh hey, and then she was like, oh, you was really good in that meeting. Do you want a job? And I was like, yeah. And then she gave me a job. And then the year after, I started my nursing course. It's not really given. It does make sense. It does. There is like a journey. Yeah. Because I was like, I think after this shit happened when I was 16, I was like, I really care for people a lot. So how can I put this to good use?
Yeah.
And so that's how I was like, okay, cool. That's why I went to go and volunteer in India because I like the health aspect and the well-being aspect of stuff. And then when I was doing like art around that time, this college were giving out free USBs if you enrolled to become a nurse. So that study nursing.
With the USBs?
Free
Right.
USBs?
That was
Yeah.
the
Something
calling
on
card.
them, or?
Yeah, like a float.
Yeah, we know what a USB is, but
Yeah.
like,
Would it be like £3, no?
But that
Yeah,
was
I know, but it was free.
committed to a whole thing of 7 pounds.
It was
That's what I'm saying.
It was free.
Okay.
And you know, I took it as like a sign because
Yeah.
I needed a USB that day.
okay.
God heard.
God is
artwork.
talking to me.
And then it was like, you get a free USB if you register for this access to nursing course. Because I completely flopped college. Like I
Okay.
left there with like no
Yeah.
grades. I couldn't go to university anyway because I didn't have enough grades for it. So yeah, it's like access to nursing course. Will give you like a step to then do your nursing degree.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's only a year long. It's free. Let's be.
Yeah.
So I walked in there,
So mad.
and I rolled into the course. And then just lived my life since then.
Yeah,
Really,
fair.
did my nursing degree, while still doing creative stuff on the side. So I think I was still. I did my nursing degree and launched Ourppls around the same time. And then I kind of like transitioned to the Guap whilst I started working as a nurse. Then I did my master's shortly around that time as well.
That's
So
a
it's
lot
all-
at
It
that time.
is, to be
juggling at that time.
Yeah.
Especially, okay, like we start off with just the nursing and Ourppls, like doing that at the same time. A lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, I think, was it ICU nursing that you were in at a point in time as well?
Yeah.
Crazy. Then Guap,
Yeah.
Ourppls technically as well, it's still going on.
Technically
Kind of like it's still, you know,
It's birth.
it's birth and it's growing, yeah?
Yeah.
And then
My master's.
the masters
But then-
and nursing still, right?
Was I still? Yeah, I was still nursing.
Was
But then I
still
dropped.
nursing.
Then I dropped Ourppls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
then
something
it was
else
just
to
my
give.
master's nursing, and then Guap.
That's a
And
just. That's a
then-
lot.
I know it's still a lot.
Yeah. And then I dropped nursing, so just Guap and my master's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now you've picked
And
up
then picking up.
Ourppls again.
And now
kind
it's
of
just
thing,
Ourppls. Yeah.
But I think that's life. It's like you have this, you drop one, you add another one. I'm done
Yeah.
with this. This comes back on again
Yeah.
because you know where you're actually trying to go with
Yeah,
that.
like
as well.
I'm not a cold turkey kind of person. You know, people like they'll just quit their job and then it's like, what do I do
Just
now?
figure out next.
No way.
I agree. I'm always like, why can't multiple things
Yeah.
at once
Yeah.
until one makes sense to just
Exactly.
fully.
Yeah, I would never advise someone to just personally
Yeah.
just quit your job and
Yeah.
go
And
for
just
it.
figure it out?
No. Like have some sort of like leverage or backup plan or something that can support you until that transition point is more seamless.
Yeah,
For me
yeah.
anyway, because it's not easy.
I'm the same, but then you hear the stories of like people are like out of plan A and no plan B,
yeah,
and I'm like, that's crazy to me, but clearly it
It
was
works,
worth it.
it's
yeah.
self-induced trauma. I would never do that.
Literally.
Like be broke. and be
But when it
thinking-
works out, it makes sense as well.
Yeah. Shout out everyone. I've
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
big
Shout
up
out to
you.
the-
I
said
love
it's
that
not
for
for
you.
me.
Yeah.
Two
I-
feet
I-
at all
prayers.
time, apparently.
Yeah.
It is true. I think a lot of people do kind of wait for that balance to make sense. I have a colleague, not anymore because he quit,
Okay. Yeah.
but he does tap dancing. And he's got like a full business in that. Hey.
And, like,
Why?
well, how old? No, not because I don't think it's interesting.
Hey.
Yeah, that's one of those very
Watch
interesting
yourself.
things to find out about your colleague that they're tap dancing on the side.
40 years old.
There's nothing wrong with it.
40.
No, why you got your eyebrows up?
Oh no, is he 40?
Yeah, 40.
Oh,
Wait, what's wrong with that?
no, that's
It's
so
a-
nice.
Like,
He's-
I'm just
Bro,
no,
he's
I'm not saying
30.
he's not.
Nah,
He's him. He's
Nah,
He
come
is
on.
him.
him in that area.
Didn't you go
But
to
I'm
his show?
saying-
And he
Yeah, I
was
went to the
great?
show in Everton. I was
Yeah, it was a good
flabbergasted.
show.
I'm
Flabbergasted.
not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's a very interesting. That's like
To
finding out
find
your
out.
coworker rides a unicycle.
To work.
Like it's dope,
Yeah.
but that's a bit.
But that's very
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very whimsical.
Yeah,
It's
that's the exact word.
Because tap
But he
dancing.
got to that little like thing of like, yo, you know what? I might just go fully into this.
Yeah.
Thing. Quit the job. And I was like, yo, what does that Monday feel like? That first Monday after you've quit, you finish
It's
on
great.
the Friday, you wake up on the Monday, and there is nothing except for this passion left.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, honestly.
Did he have a smooth transition or?
I quit, and then he just got. Yeah,
Oh, so you
continued
just
the
said,
bu-
I quit.
Yeah, he quit, and then continued the business, and I was going doing it. I said,
okay, I see that.
the cojones to be able to do that. I don't have that personally, but man, I would love to see when things get to that point.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't think it's like I think when you have that when you've built something up to the point where it can sustain itself, it's not even about courage. It's like
True.
it's like
This makes sense.
yeah,
Common
F
sense,
this.
yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I can do this now full time. Like fantastic.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? So there's no. I don't think it's really a courage thing when you've been building it and you've invested in it and it's now producing the fruits that you
Yeah.
expected and
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah.
What's your ideal full time? Is that Ourppls full time? Is
Yeah.
that just that?
Yeah, I'm full
Which
time.
is where it's at, yeah.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm right now living my dream.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm having a
That's
great time
nice,
right now. yeah.
Has
yeah.
it hit
To
the
do that,
point
wow,
where
that's
like
that's amazing.
where because when I started my thing full time, I was like, I have no boss and I do not work 9 to 5. And then like about 2 or 3 months in, like it just hit reality, and I was like, I am everybody's bitch, and I work 24/7.
Yeah,
That's
no.
mad.
I can't lie. I think I'm not the kind of person that
Yeah.
works 24/7.
Yeah.
I just don't. I really believe I do my 8 hours a day.
Mm.
I clock out and I have
Fair.
my evening and my weekends.
I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause, bro, there was times where you're like, we're playing at 4 a.m. And I was like, bro, this guy does not sleep now, bro.
Yeah. Because you know what? I think again, because I think I really want care to be at the center of like what we do, our peoples. I'm constantly thinking about how does that reflect in like our business processes and how we like pay people, how we organize a team, how we have hard conversations. You know what I mean? So I think even for myself, where I know that I'm someone that is prone to like doing like bare stuff, it's like how can I as much as possible protect my own well-being, because I know what burnout feels like, and it's not fun. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
I think doing it full time, you also have to find that balance. I remember Eminem was in the studio with Akon. They were recording Smack That, and then I think they were going hard in the studio. Eminem was like, "It's 2:30, I'll be back." Goes, takes his lunch, sits outside, comes back. All right, let's continue. 5 o'clock, he's like, "Hey, I'll be back tomorrow." And then he goes home, comes back the next day. And then Echo's like, "What you guys like?" "Yeah, I treat this like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, like this is how I take care of myself.
Yeah. It's important, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I'm having to like reckon with, I think, in terms of like business and entrepreneurialism, is like how much intention and like discipline it requires of you, especially where I have like a team now. It's like if I like to have quite like a, as much as there is a hierarchy, I try to like have everything as transparent as possible. So when we have like an operation sheet, like my tasks on the operation sheet are there as well. So there's only so many times I can be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna move that to next week. I'm just gonna make that before it's like.
Everyone's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Boss.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, for example, like I make everyone track their. Maybe I'm a bit pedantic as well. So everyone tracks their hours, innit?
No, yeah, okay.
So,
I think it's important.
It's important.
Yeah, because it's like I'm also, as much as I'm like, oh yeah, care, community. It's also like, brother,
What are you doing?
paying people and that, like every month and that. It's like, oh yeah, no, like it's like also, thank you. It's also like, sorry.
No, you can carry on.
It's also like, like I want to tell you where that's going. Do you know what I mean? Especially like I'm working with people like with communities and stuff that have like low budgets, etc. It's like if we're saying we're doing 8 hours, then it needs to be 8 hours because
for sure.
that whatever they're paying is probably more they've ever had to invest or invested
100%.
on something like social media where they're still not even used.
They're not
those
sure
kind
if
of
this
things.
is worth the
Exactly,
money.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for me, there's a level of integrity that comes with like what we say we're doing is what we should be doing. But yeah, so it's like if my hours are not like adding up, I have to make sure that Elsie, you better do some weekend shifts. Do you know what I mean? But so I think the best way to avoid that is just by doing the hours that I say I need to be doing.
That's
Sure.
right.
That's true.
Does your team consist of your friends as well? Do you have friends part of your team?
I wouldn't say. No, I wouldn't say they're friends. No, I mean I love them to bits. Shout out you guys, but I wouldn't say that we.
Like you
They started
yeah,
to
like
started
friends.
from
Yeah,
the friendship
yeah,
and
yeah,
growth.
That's probably
no.
easier then.
Yeah, I think that comes down to the whole integrity thing again. Because I would love to hire my friends and work with my friends, and if there's opportunities that arise, I'll of course bring my people in. Do you know what I mean? But I think what I'm learning around like team building is that you need to hire people that are really good at what they do. And you can't just hire people because you like them. You need to hire people for the roles that you're hiring for. And so that's something that I'm probably like just thinking about, like how to build an efficient team and a reliable team and an integral team that does what my clients need. Because otherwise it's you're just kind of like blowing away money for the sake of it.
There's also nothing more awkward than like bringing a friend or whatever on board and then they just rubbish at it and you're like, how do I have this conversation with them? Because
how do I say you're fine?
you think you're good, but like it's
you're
not
not.
good.
I want to go into like even because I think you did this a lot through your community management role. You're doing it now as well with our peoples, but community management role when you're at Guap, because you're still cool with them, but you don't work at all with
so
Guap
now
anymore, right?
so I still manage. So they're all essentially one of our clients now, but I manage. Love you guys.
There's full circle.
Love you guys.
That's so
But yes,
cool.
I still manage on their programs that they have with Adidas.
That's awesome.
But now externally,
Wow.
Being in that space where, because I've seen that you do so much. Like there will always be a flyer. Like I'm saying, every week there's a flyer that you're sharing or that comes up with an event that you've curated or that you're on or you're leading, or like it's just there's something always happening, specifically in the creative space, and I think community, well-being, all of that. What is that like, having to always, I guess, be at the not necessarily the forefront of trying to create these spaces for people all the time, and having that kind of burden of feeling like, okay, I'm the one that is making these spaces for community, or constantly building these areas or avenues for people to, excel or elevate in their craft, or increase their capacity in how to look after themselves. Like it's a burden technically, though, right?
It's interesting. So I think especially whilst I was at Guap, I think because Guap is such like a big and like a notable platform, I think I did really struggle with it when I was there. Just because I think people look at you as kind of like a leg up or like a step up, and I think that's kind of like hard to navigate when it's just like, because I'm already quite awkward. I'm already like overstimulated really easily in like public spaces and stuff. So it's like if like it just sometimes it can be quite overstimulating. But then I think when I did have opportunities like the V&A takeovers, like we did the museum takeovers, for me it would always be important to like bring in other communities to like have their own centre stage moments within the bigger space that we've created. So that was, I think, a nice way to do it, to kind of like give people, to kind of like what's the word,
platform.
Yeah, that kind of like let people
Give them the space.
Opposite of monopolize. Demonopolize, I don't know.
That's
Open market.
Yeah, let people have an open market within this kind of like
Come on, we
space
got there.
that we've created.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite nice to do, to like let people take up space within the space that you've created. So that kind of like helps kind of like the vibe to be shared. But yeah, no, I think it is difficult. But that's why I kind of like where I'm at now with our peoples, because we're now essentially like a small fish. It's like I get to be a small fish.
Right,
do you know what I mean? Yeah. Rather than me being an open door for this big fish. Do you know what I mean? So I get to be a small fish now, and no one asks me for stuff anymore. Really. Do you know what I mean? It's nice. But I think it's important to like look after your mental health, your well-being. Definitely. Be honest with yourself about whether or not you have the capacity to be outside. Because sometimes when I'm outside, I have no capacity to talk, and it's just like, Elsie.
No, you're gonna come across as bad vibes.
Yeah, now come across as like rude or bad vibes.
Yeah.
So it's like, Elsie, just go home. Do you know what I mean? Or actually, I mean, that's why more times I'll be like dancing, because it's like it's a way for me to like be in the space.
You that skill came back, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly,
It's just still this.
Yeah, literally. I would say dance is like one of my biggest like networking tactics.
Yeah, but now they're like, damn, Elsie's always crumping. She's always crumping in the function.
Yeah,
Like, this is a black tie event.
She's so mysterious, always dancing. Yeah, like that's my vibe. So yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, I was just saying, like, how did that feel, and how did you navigate that in that space then?
Yeah, no, it's hard. But then I think when you are engaging with people that do have that kind of like community responsibility, I think it's important to like have like boundaries with them. Like, don't be messaging people on like Instagram and like trying to do business deals in their DMs. Like, respect people's time. Don't ask for like business stuff on like the weekends, because I think towards the end I started to get a bit burnt out with people like messaging me on like Sundays or Saturdays, asking me for like work stuff or DMing me, and it's like expecting me to respond. It's like, brother, like if I just switch off, do you know what I mean? Like,
what now?
Yeah.
So what if I block you right now?
So I think respecting boundaries and checking in with people on like personal levels, rather than always like with an intent to ask for something, I think is really important for other people that are in those spaces.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah. Oh,
why? Because you message.
Yeah, or blinging your line. But even last year, was it last year?
No, don't feel bad.
Just don't do it again.
We're not there anymore. We're in the present. We're here. But yeah, I think sometimes when it comes to like having lots of stuff to do, I'll just say yes to stuff and put it in my diary and take each week as it comes. Like, and trying to get everyone with it. Take a day as it comes. Okay, what am I doing tomorrow? Okay, cool, I'm doing this. Okay, let me make sure that I prepare. Other than that, I think just take it a day as it comes.
Hey, how good is a deep breath with a crazy day? You know, you just look at that list and you're just like, you know what? All right, let's get at it. I feel like if I don't start with that one, I just look at a crazy list or to do. There's just so much there's so much going on. I'm like, yo.
But also after you finish it for end of the day, you're like, bruh,
how did I make it through this? Well?
And then you gotta do it again tomorrow.
It's a bit mad.
It's crazy when you think about it like that.
Mad.
But I think good like planning and organization, like a diary, like my calendar diary is like everything is. If it's not inside there, it's not happening.
It's gone.
Yeah. So literally everything is inside there. Everything.
What's the biggest challenge being in this space?
Generally, or
generally, like with our peoples, is it the communities that are working with people? Is it because I'm just trying to see like how, because I think in Australia we have a different type of struggles when it comes to like working with community. I think we're fairly new to it as well. So just trying to see like what's that like here as well.
When you say new to it, like what challenge would you say you're facing with that?
I think, how long has the community space been around? Like what, the last 10 years, I'd say?
No, okay. You mentioned something before, right? And I actually was meant to touch on it in terms of how our like the older generation have been doing stuff. Because we have this thing where we're like, we're the first.
Yeah, we're the first.
We're the first. No one's done this. No one's done this. And then someone opened my eyes to realize, okay, there have been attempts to try to do stuff,
But
it just again, like you said, wasn't sexy. It didn't hit. Maybe it wasn't organized properly, etc.
Yeah.
So like for us, for example, our community organization is, in terms of being in the mind and what we've done, has been like 10 years. But I'd say from the birth of when like Nigerians were moving into Australia, which is like 80s or something, there've been people that have been trying to organize stuff, but it just
Unsuccessful.
But I mean, talking about like,
maybe,
I agree, unsuccessful. But I think also like the support of government and the funding,
we'll look
access,
at
all
like,
those things probably like
within
the last
10
10 years.
Within 10 years, definitely, yeah.
So I think it's people trying to get used to it as well, trying to understand like, okay, cool, there is support here, but how do we even go on about it? How do we introduce this to our people as well? And so it's a very weird space because it's happening for the first time as well. I think even like with creative to an extent as well.
Yeah.
But given that you guys been here for a while, what's that like?
What's the challenge now?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think even when people use the word community, sometimes we just use it like as like a term without really understanding what we mean by it.
Yeah.
Because when I think about, obviously, I have no context of Australia whatsoever.
Might not even be real in your mind still.
Yeah. So when I think about community, I think of like indigenous people, advocating for for their existence and for their land and for the access to wherever it may be. Do you know what I mean? So even when I think about like kind of like the Nigerian or African diaspora that's now moved to Australia or the last 40 years, that's even sort of like a new concept for me living in the UK, because I, do you know what I mean, have had no context that actually, wow, there's actually been Nigerians moving there.
People out there.
People moving there.
Everyone's surprised all the time.
Yeah, like, it's a surprise.
Which is fair.
I think in the UK, obviously we have a really different kind of like context, social cultural context, in the sense that Caribbeans being the first that came over with British generation, and like how much like grassroots level work they did in terms of the partners, buying properties, community wealth building assets, spaces, etc. They did a lot of like that kind of like real groundwork to kind of like make sure that our communities had spaces and had ownership and we had resources that was pulled together. So I think I always look at them as kind of like a point of reference when it comes to that. What does like real community building look like? So I think for our generation, we think that community is like, oh yeah, going to events and like parties and networking, and it's like, well, we're not building anything that's really
just having we're not building,
fun. Yeah, we're not building any like real power. Do you know what I mean? And I think, I think when it comes to like community building, I think the first point of call will always be to bring everyone together or bring people together and think about like what are the real issues or challenges that we are facing as human beings, as individuals, because then you can start to create solutions that are actually meaningful for people. Do you know what I mean? So I think sometimes we say community and it's just like, oh, it's just
a term for a gathering of people.
And it's like, well, that's nice, and that still is community in some ways, but if, for example, if you found out that in that community gathering event there's a lot of people struggling with their mental health, you could then introduce some sort of well-being offering that really addresses their needs. Or maybe if you find out a lot of people that are in that community are not having like enough meals per day, maybe you make sure there's food provisions. Do you know what I mean? That everyone's eating at that event. So that way you're really addressing the real needs of community. Because I think you can't have community without individuals, and I think without addressing and understanding your individual needs and how that relates to the community, like how many of us in this community or how many of us individuals have these different needs and have these different pressures or whatever, and addressing that collectively, I think when you start to do stuff like that, that's when you really
actually building something,
utilize the power of community to impact change. And I think if we as a people really want to have any level of sustainability in this space, I think that community building, that real community building, is really essential to that.
Yeah, that one's major. That asset thing, like even when you talk about like.
Also, we don't have that.
Generation of property and all that kind
property,
of stuff.
that is a big
like,
forward-thinking move right there. Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's why I'm really privileged in the work that we do with our peoples in working with like elders, because like a lot of our clients are, because of their elder-led organizations and charities and stuff, and they've been doing this work for years and years and years. And so for us, I get to kind of like listen, learn, and be adjacent to their work. Whilst also helping them with the little things that comes natural to us and to me. So I'm really still a student of what it means to do real level community work, because these lot have, you know, one of my clients, the Belly Initiative, they recently developed like this, I think like 9 acre or 12 acre plot of land. That's
in this great UK?
In the UK, that like has like 12 growing sites, and they all grow their own food. Has an eco site building. Another one of my clients, the Phoenix Way, they have put together like a fund, a Black-led grants fund, that I think received maybe like, I want to say like million. I don't know how many millions, but like I should know this, but lots of millions. Lots of millions of pounds. That they're now able to kind of like distribute to other like charities organizations. So it's like when we're talking about like community and community like wealth building, like these lot are really doing it on like impactful scales. You know what I mean? And I think that's who I look to in terms of like what is possible in the diaspora, or even like back home. So yeah.
You also, speaking on this like land development, you've also you purchased land overseas, right? Yeah. In Ghana?
In Ghana?
I bought land in Ghana,
I always think about that. First of all,
I was gonna say.
She doesn't believe it should be a country.
Not even Jamaica.
Not yet. Do you know what I think? So with Buy My Land, there's an organisation called Asasi, and they're a UK-based organisation. The founder is Ghanaian, and he built a company that essentially allows you to buy land, develop it with them, build it with them, plan it with them, all in one company. And I think having that level of like security, I think for anyone that's buying or building homes back home, overseas, all of us know, or have maybe heard from our parents, the struggle that comes with like, maybe you buy a plot of land and actually it's not really.
No one's been
really
working
legit.
on the
Can you send me a photo? Yeah, look, internet connection is bad.
Just sending you the next door neighbor's house.
It's built. I'm coming tomorrow.
Still no windows, 4 years.
Exactly.
Crazy.
So if I think them being like a certified
organize
partner,
that,
that allowed me to like make that kind of like safe investment. Without them, impossible. Do you know what I mean? I can't wait for them to open divisions, or for me to find other companies that are like that in other parts of the world, because that's one of my real like big goals. Is to have like spaces, but
what's I'm curious, like, is there any discourse from Ghanaians living in Ghana towards feelings towards that? Only reason I ask is because there is a businessman but also internet personality, whatnot, who is, I think he's Jamaican background, but he's been investing a lot into Tanzania, and there's equally large market there and everything for this kind of stuff, a lot of like hotel development, all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of on the same thing of like, he'll come invest money back into Africa, all this kind of stuff. But a lot of the locals and like Tanzanians and stuff, like commenting on that kind of on his content, a lot of them, obviously internet's internet, so discourse kind of flies in a weird way there. But it's like a lot of people are like, yo, we don't like why are you? You know what I mean? Like it's not yours per se. You know, like you've kind of grown up there, you're from there. What is the angle on that?
Yeah, no, it's so interesting. I think we're seeing like a rise in nationalism like across the world. I think even Japan recently there was like protests about like kind of foreigners coming over, and I think obviously we had a massive protest in England.
Yeah, we did Australia too. We did our little thing as well.
So I think it's interesting because I think even for me, when I have travelled, I always hate it when I see because I love being in like rural areas, countryside areas. So I hate it when I go to kind of like those rural areas and I'm going to a retreat and it's like everywhere around this retreat is everywhere around this retreat is like, no, like I say, I'm not. What language are you?
I know what you mean. It's not what I expected from this country.
Everywhere around this retreat like lacks resources. For example,
okay, I
there's
hear
a
you
place
saying.
that I went to in Ghana specifically called Lake Bosometry, and there's the few like retreats they have there, and they're really beautiful, like really built up spaces, but obviously they're like walled off, and then around it, there's just like a lot of like local communities that maybe there's only one school in like within like a 100-mile radius. There's only one hospital. Do you know what I mean? And I think to myself, like I just hate that juxtaposition in like wealth distribution. And so for me, whenever I think about people going to these spaces, it's like, well, how much are you engaging with the locals? How much are you honoring the fact that you're entering their space, you're entering their homeland, and what conversational dialogues have you had with them to find out, this is my idea, but actually how does it fit with your ideas, and what ideas do you have for your own area that we can maybe support with us? Do you know what I mean? So I think, so even when it comes to like community building, I think even that being like a prerequisite to any kind of like work that you do when you want to go and like building spaces, that is so important. So that I think I definitely empathize with the sentiment of people coming and just like essentially like colonizing, gentrifying like your areas and your homelands. But I think I think they're valid points. And I think, is it a good thing that I have that? I don't know, child. I mean, I'm going to try and do my best to do it justice, innit? But I think I'm very cognizant of like how much you integrate with the communities that you're trying to be a part of.
Until they found out you're Nigerian.
There's a lot of countries that have issues with Nigerians, I've realised.
Oh man, it's tough out here, man. I made a
No, because Ghana and Nigeria always, friendly beef.
I remember I made a statement saying
South
like,
Africa,
it was after AFCON, and I was like, Nigerians, everyone hates Nigerians, and then my days, the comments, like, no one's checking for you, and
it's just people can't wait to dance on your grave.
Yeah,
like because you guys are shitting on everyone.
madness. And you say you want to do that up like in other places. What is? Because I was like, is this like, I don't know, you want to be on holiday there, or like, what is the aim for even being able to develop these different?
So the aim is to have like social, kind of like social resorts. So they're like creative resorts, or they're resorts like hotels, hostels, whatever you want to call them, that are dotted around the world. That would obviously bring in revenue, business via kind of like people staying there, or renting the space or whatever. But that also give back to the areas that they're in. So they'd like invest in maybe like local school building, or pay wages, or they do like training programs, etc. There's a good example that I saw of this in Ghana. In Volta region, I think is it Volta or was it Nick Marcy? But there's like a resort called Meet Me There Lounge, and they have like a really beautiful resort, eco resort there, just like on like the riverside. But they also like have like the school associated with it, where they can like teach sewing skills. They kind of like built like lots of like different like toilets and stuff. Obviously, that sanitation can be a big issue in those areas. That was a really good example that I've seen of people like doing that kind of work, and I think I'd love to do that because I love being in like rural countryside areas. But I think there's a massive issue with like provision of resources, and that's even with America, for example. There's so many like medical deserts in America, and like those rural regions. So I think it's a big issue.
Sometimes I think it's mad. It's 2025, and like this is what we still have to like deal with in this world. It's mad.
It's not
Not by accident. By design.
It's very much by design.
It's mad. Like these, you talk about in America. Like, what do you mean? There are areas where this medical access. I mean, even in Australia. Let me not point a finger. And I got a speck in my eye or something. Like, how is this still such a big infrastructure problem in these different areas and pockets of the world? Where 2025, we feel like we should be so far ahead. I thought we were going to be on hoverboards and that. Like that's what we all talk about now, but we're dealing with this still. It's crazy.
So interesting because even when you think about like geography and like how like cities and stuff have been like created in certain areas. Like I don't know, part because my master's obviously was in health and international development, and so the development studies part was really interesting for me because I did a course on like African political economy. And so even like thinking about certain areas in like West Africa, how a lot of the places like near the ports, like heavy like not slums but like lots of like houses like shanty towns born into each other, etc. And that's in response to kind of like the trade that happened in that area versus kind of like more centralized. Obviously, there's a lot more like space and where like the farmings and stuff is happening, and so it's just interesting, kind of like seeing how like the economy also like shapes the way we use space. Because really, I think there's enough space for everyone to live comfortably on this earth and planet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like
Where's the money being coming
the
from as well?
resources and the investment and
yeah.
how lands are being developed and stuff, and developed sustainably as well. Because I think, sorry guys, I feel like I'm chatting.
No, that's what we do here.
Sorry, yeah. But like even when I think about like even in like Nigeria with like oil and stuff, and how the way certain oil companies are have engaged kind of those rural areas that like are oil heavy or oil rich, and how that impacts local lands and stuff. Even that is like, it's just so interesting to me in a way that there's so much more that we could do to like really invest in like the way we use the planet and the way that we allow people to like grow and live comfortably and like well resourced, that we just don't do because of capitalism.
It is the geographical stuff, but then even like the what's the study of humans called? Anthropological side of things, where it's like just the way humans are and why they've chosen certain areas and what ends up happening, whatnot. The port thing is so interesting. How many countries are at war over just access to water?
Yeah.
Right, but it's like, and then when you'll see so many times where it's like a country will lit up. All right, have your independence, but there's this small sliver that leads to the water. It's like, we have to keep this. You know what I mean? Even like right now, I think Ethiopia, Eritrea, it's like have that kind of situation where it's like over who gets to the port. Iraq, Kuwait was that kind of thing where it's like this is small sliver now that from Iraq that goes into the water, right? But otherwise, Kuwait's got all the water. You know what I mean? It's like it's just all this really like, but it means something financially here. It's like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
Like.
Just a big leaderboard of this earth here. I remember you saying you hated how...
I think we messed up as a human race when the world became a leaderboard instead of just countries and people that exist, right?
What do you mean by leaderboard?
Like, so for example, like, I mean, right now, if we were to rank most powerful countries, we're going US, China,
for sure.
Russia, like we kind of think, like as in no one's checking for Fiji, right? But it's like human life and value and what humans can produce and the creativity and the beauty of it and the existence.
Everywhere.
Fiji and China are just as valuable.
Exactly.
It's just at more people, there's more people now, whatever. You know, but it's like, but we've messed it all up.
We mash it up, bro.
We messed it all up.
This whole thing.
It's hard. Yeah.
I think the current systems are so like dissective, if that's the word, and like reductive, and even like our medical system, like everything is very much like so segmented, and there's no like real holistic approach to like how we engage with things. Even countries are so stupid to me, because it's like, brother, it's all one plot of land. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
The other day, we were in the south of France for a week, a couple of days, and I go to, I'm like, let me check out Monaco. You're there for 2 hours, there's nothing really to do. I can't experience nothing. I don't have the money for this. So I'm like, all right, let me catch the train back. I catch the train in the wrong direction. My telecom provider texts me, welcome to Italy. So what? What did I do? How did I get here? Literally. Like, I didn't get that. But it's just a plot of land.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that in terms of like being able to like distribute resources. Obviously, it helps to have like a certain.
I know my house. I can control what's going on.
Exactly. So I understand it in that way, but I think there's just. I think we're not putting enough effort into thinking about what does a more globalized way of, or more holistic way of approaching some of these issues and things look like, without everyone like being so like
on top of each other,
cagey, and, you know what I mean? This is mine, this is yours. It's like,
where did we go wrong, man? This is what I think.
I think ultimately people just want the best for their own people.
But then even own people, what
means something different to different people. You ask somebody in Nigeria right now, and they might be like, Nigerians. Another one will say Yoruba, and another one will say Black Africans.
Maybe just Africans. You know,
you go to the Middle East,
for example,
exact same situation.
like let's say Russia.
Okay.
Right.
And someone will tell you Siberians only, and then another one will tell you Russians, and another one will tell you Europeans.
But I think we have to look at it from the context of other countries. They're gonna be like, we're in this together. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying. I think ultimately, like let's say Nigerians, yes, we may not acknowledge each other as one community, but if we're going outside of other countries, like we want the best for this country.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's just what it is.
With all the things you like studied and searched, so you have the health aspect, you've got the like global outlook when it comes to systems, and you mentioned like what was the second part of the nursing? Development, right?
Yeah.
Community, creative. What's your mental capacity? Like, Because all of this sounds like it's just constantly dancing around your mind of like, okay, everything I do is with purpose and intention, obviously, but then it's to achieve these different purposes because these are the problems that I see in the world.
Yeah.
But you have so many different types that you're kind of addressing or that come to your mind. How are you even deciding where to be putting the effort and the energy?
Do you know what? I think my capacity is infinite by the grace of God. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think when I think about like what's possible, like I think all things are possible, like through Christ who strengthens me. Do you know what I mean? And that's really like that's really like where I think my energy and passion and like aspiration to be purposeful comes from, because it's like, yeah, I think that's where it comes from. It probably comes from like my belief about who I am in this earth and what I think is possible for me as an individual, and I think all things are possible for me. So that's kind of like, if I want to do it, I'll do it.
I think it helps when you enjoy what you're doing and you actually have the passion for it as well.
Yeah.
It keeps driving you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
I did want to ask you about. I wanted to chat about grief, and the only reason I want to bring it up is because you've got these posts pinned on your Instagram, so you lead with it already. So I figured it's all right to bring it up. Yeah. I guess chatting to other people, and we were mentioning, you know, who we're having on the pod, we were saying, you know, Elsie's coming through as well, and everyone was like very positive, right? Like a lot of people were like, oh, she's a lovely person, you know, dot connector, all this kind of stuff, and whatnot.
Nice.
In a situation of grief, which I'll allow you to explain whatnot, how does community, or how did, if it did it, I don't know, community show up for you during grief?
So nice. So I guess context is obviously I lost my mum in 2021 to cancer, and I think prior to that point, for me, community looked like me serving. My mum was very much like that as well. She's like very active in the church, very active in the community. Was a street pastor. Like she was always like giving. And I think when she passed, I didn't really speak to many people about it whilst I was navigating it, like whilst I was like caring for her, etc. But then when she passed, and I think my friends like started to show up for me, like giving me like food vouchers or like treatment vouchers or like cooking for me or whatever, maybe, or like introduce me to their mums so their mums could like adopt me in some sort of way. I think that's when I realized that community has to be circular and that I have to be willing to be a part of the community I say that I'm serving. Because if you don't, I think if you don't allow yourself to be part of the community and recognize that it's also important for me to receive. Like I think I used to think that it was more important to give than it was to receive. And I think when I went through my grief, I realized that it's as important to receive and allow myself to be a recipient of community, because then you allow people in your community to have purpose. You know what I mean? You allow them to have an impact. You allow them to, you know, to make their blessings and their thing. I think that's important.
That's so mad. Even from a scriptural context, I don't think this is just semantics, but it's like what, like Jesus says, it's more blessed to give than to receive. But he doesn't say it's more important to
come on, preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think like even I just think it's important. Do you know what I mean? And I think when people talk about like, you know, love your neighbor as you love yourself, like if you don't love yourself and allow people to love you, then you can't really love your neighbor in the way that
and it's hard for your neighbor to love you as well.
Yeah, exactly. So community showed up massively for me, and I think that's when I realized, oh shit, this is what community looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the events and stuff are nice, but showing up when someone's
real life,
like real life happens, it's like that's community.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I have both my parents still, and my dad lost his dad when he was 19, and I remember during lockdowns, like it was just me and my parents. My sister just got married, so she's out the house, and one random morning, we're like, let's just go for a walk. This must have been 2021. And me and my dad going for a walk. We're doing this every day. And I just go, oh, do you ever think about, like, your dad? Like, it's been a while, whatnot. And he goes, this is so weird. He's like, this is the, I think at the time, 44th year without my, like, on that day. And it was just like, it's a long time to be without somebody. But it's like, we don't have extended family or all that kind of stuff, and so for me and my sister, and even my mum never met, you know, her technically father-in-law. Like for me and my sister, it's our grandpa, but it's not a real human. You know what I mean? He's never been alive in our existence. So like as not real to him as he is not real to me, kind of thing. But that's really my dad's dad. You know what I mean? And so within the home, there's nobody checking on my dad about his experience with loss and grief and feeling. You know what I mean? And then my mom also has lost both her parents, so it's like same thing. And it's like, but we don't know them, so it's like no one's checking on.
It's not front of mind kind of thing.
Until recently this year, we were like, I don't know how my sister figured it out, and she was like, okay, it's July 5th. That's the anniversary, right? And it's like from now on, it's like we're like, oh, make sure we text dad or at least talk to dad on that day or whatever. It's like kind of thing. But it's just like, I don't like what. I don't want to get too. I think it was like, what is that gap that's left?
It's so interesting because it's her waking up at 6 a.m. and I can hear her waking up. Do you know what I mean? I can hear her go to the toilet. I can hear her doing her morning prayers. It's coming back home and I know she's in the living room sitting down in her corner. It's her messaging me like prayers. It's asking for advice. There's so much to it. Do you know what I mean? And I think when kind of like what you said about your dad, I think whenever I get a chance to speak to my mum, I absolutely I love it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it allows me to make her real in kind of like the present. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to like engaging people that have experienced grief, it's like people avoid the topic because it's like sad, and it is sad because obviously I'm tearing up now, and it is sad, but it's also like it's an opportunity for me to speak about someone who, you know what I mean, like is the foundation for who I am today. So it's like I think as much as possible when you do have friends or family that are interacting with grief, I think it's so important to ask them about like their loved one, like now, because it's been a journey for me to like even understand that and navigate my own grief. But even like now, when like it's my friend's anniversary of maybe their parent or loved one, I ask them or I speak to them like he looks such a great man, or like tell me about him or tell me about her. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that allows that person to, you know, like boast about their parent again or talk about their parent again in situations where oftentimes it's like you just wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's immortalizing them and keeping it very front of mind kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think it's
I was gonna say the human.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Honestly, I think you realize how resilient the human experience or human mind is in this experience. Because even my mom as well, same thing, exact same thing. Lost her dad at 19, so grandpa's not a real person to us, but every time she gets the opportunity to talk about him, it's just like, oh, he did this. He would. And you realize just how much it ties back into, again, the foundations of who she is. She's like, yeah, you know, I do this because, every, I don't know, Saturday, this is what dad would make us do, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, okay, but you've done this life thing now. What, 50? You just turned 54?
Yeah.
I'm asking you like I should.
I got siblings though.
No, no. Turned 54, so that's, maths, 35 years. I'm like, how did you do this? Like, because I think about, I'm 28. I look at you guys, I'm like, bro, if y'all were here, I'm flatline.
So do you know how dumb I was when I was 19?
Bro.
We were talking about our struggles in uni. I didn't even open up on mine because it wasn't worth it. Like, I was not capable. And it's like, I look at my dad, 47 years now, right? It's like,
It's like you're a man.
you don't
19.
like you had no guidance almost.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I really empathize with people. I mean, grief is a horrible thing. Like one of my friend's mums, she was on a podcast that we did recently, and she lost her.
Is this? Oh, she's not. Sorry, never mind.
Oh yeah, she lost her partner. She had just had 3 kids, so she lost her partner when she was 33. And obviously, I'm 30. I've turned 30, and I'm like, what? Really, what? You lose your
What do you mean?
Like, sorry, what? Like I would crash out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I
for
think grief definitely teaches you. And the way that I engage with grief, I think my mum passed away. I went to Ghana the next month, and I had a fantastic time in Ghana. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, it's like life continues regardless.
Like
so you either be intentional about making yourself happy and you live life and you enjoy it, and you because when grief hits you, there's no warning, there's no you know what I mean. So you better start making time for joy as intentionally as possible.
Like word for word, this is what my dad. He's like, yo. If I'm not here, move on.
Yeah.
And he says he's like, because my mom didn't move on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I saw what that did to her life. You know, he's like, yo, move on. Like, be sad for a bit, remember me, blah, blah, blah. But then life keeps rolling, man. I got another friend in Melbourne. He was pro footballer, everything, and football was the way he connected with his dad very closely. And his dad ends up passing away. And I think it obviously was very thing. and he just kind of described it as like grief is just love with nowhere to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, that's a really interesting way
So
to
that's
put
like
it.
try to find
Yeah.
that's why this talking about thing, like you're mentioning, is a way to put
To
that
go.
love in
Yeah,
action.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
somewhere that thing
exactly.
can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mad. Oh, that's
Yeah.
mad. How do you, man? I guess for you then now, how was there ever an opportunity or a time where maybe you put? I mean, you said community showed up a lot, but how do you navigate that when maybe there's people you expect that love to come off from, if that even like
If
were
there
to
was
be,
Yeah.
had been the case?
certain
Do you know what I mean?
people,
How do you, how do you do that? Because
Oh,
I will
sorry.
crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do think I have expectations of people. Yeah.
Like the people close to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, or people that were close to my dad or whatever,
Okay,
or
yeah,
mom
yeah.
or whatever it might be. Like, I'm like, there's some people I'm like, yeah, I actually don't know how I'd feel if you didn't rock up to something or didn't bring food to the house or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think there were 2 occasions where people that were close to me didn't show up in the way that I expected them to. And I think with that, I like to think that I'm quite self-aware in the way that I process my emotions. So I think I process my emotions individually with myself first, and kind of like got over the sense of, because as much as you can expect people, there's also an entitlement that comes with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that sometimes that entitlement is valid. Do you know what I mean? But in other times, it's still a sense of entitlement. Do you know what I mean? And so I think I process my own emotions, kind of like feeling entitled to their time, or entitled to their care, or entitled to whatever it may be. But then I communicated and I said, hey, this happened, and I would have expected you to do this based on our relationship or based on X, Y, and Z. And I didn't appreciate that. And they said whatever they had to say, to apologize. And I was like, just wanted to let you know, because I don't want to be
Thinking about this.
I don't want
Yeah.
to like carry this secret. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Resentment
no,
towards you. So I'd rather let you know, because I think a lot of the times like unexpressed emotions, especially for women, are like a massive source of like health problems. And I think in people in general, unexpressed issues are a massive source of like immune issues, etc. So for me, as much as possible, if there's an issue and have some small resentment in my mind or my heart, or small, I'll just process my emotions first, so I'm not like reacting to you.
Yeah.
But I will definitely let you know that, okay, this is what I'm feeling navigating.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know so that I don't. So at least you know where I'm at, and I'm not.
Has that
carrying on
improved?
secret resentment.
Has that improved the friendship?
Yeah, because I was even gonna think, with your mention of like social awkwardness too. Yeah,
Because I've seen 2 situations where it's like difficult conversation has improved the friendship,
Yeah.
but also makes the whole thing awkward. So then now it's like 6 months later, they're not that close anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think all conversations are an important part of any kind of like real
100%.
friendship, and it's like. I think even like with navigating grief, like one of my best friends, she would come over and just sit with me and be like, "You okay?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Do you know what I mean? And that was awkward for her. That was mad awkward. Even for me.
Staring at the wall.
Yeah. Even
Watching the
me.
TV, nothing's turned
Literally.
off.
Literally, even for me, like it's mad awkward. But it's like I think like yeah,
To know they're
friendship.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
friendship, and like
facts.
relationship building is whether or not it's about your willingness to engage with those awkward moments. Like my partner at present, like sometimes we mad at me, and it's like, well, yeah, I understand that I've offended you or I've upset you, and I just have to hold this space while she processes your emotions. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, cool, I can apologize, or you can apologize, and we can like move past it. But I think if you're gonna crash out because someone's awkward about something, or you're gonna like become, I mean, if someone brings up something that's been an issue, then it's like, well, do you really care about like building the friendship? You have to be willing to go through the awkward moments to come out the other side. And if you don't go through the other side, then it's just not. Then you can leave that where it is. You know what I mean?
I have 2 questions. I don't know which one's least awkward to ask.
Smile.
Current partner, did they know mom?
No.
Okay, alright, that's it.
Yeah.
You and your siblings, brother, sister, right? Mm-hmm. Did you guys get closer during that period of time?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I was the only one living at home.
Yeah.
So a lot of the physical care and responsibility was on me.
Oh wow, that's different as well. Considering like with the nursing,
Yeah.
as well, like
Yeah.
actually bringing that. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, like I was having to like, cause she had like open wounds and stuff, so I was having to like tend to her wounds, and then she then got admitted to the hospital that I was working at.
Oh,
wow.
So that was also
Convenient.
yeah, it was weird.
hard though, right?
Yeah.
But horrible.
Seeing that
Yeah.
every
It was
day.
convenient in the sense that I knew the staff, so I was like, yeah, that's my mum, so
Yeah.
you got to make sure that you pattern her.
Yeah, everyone, hey, wake up.
But then also, if I felt like they weren't patterning like her, I'll just go in and give the care,
Do it
do this
yourself,
myself,
yeah.
or go into the stock room, do this, I just do it myself. But then I think afterwards, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to come to this place anymore for a little while.
It's a double
Yeah.
hit. It's the
Yeah.
first
Wow,
one, and now
that's-
the
Yeah,
vocation.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of after my mum passed away, I stopped nursing. But yeah, my siblings, yeah, because they everyone took on their responsibilities in their own ways. Like whilst I was like obviously doing like the physical care stuff, my brother and that would like send me money to kind of like help with the house because obviously I stopped working as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then sometimes they would like look after it in their house. And then when she finally did pass, like I kind of like washed my hands of the actual logistics ceremony stuff because it was just
Too much.
So they then handled kind of like that logistical planning stuff and side of things. So I think we worked really well in terms of like how we navigated it as a family unit, and I'm really grateful for that because I know that that's not the same for everyone's family setup. Like some people, when someone passes away, it can get really political at home. So I'm grateful that that didn't happen in our household.
I was gonna ask, what about your dad? Like with it all, how was he like through it all?
Yeah, bless my dad. He was obviously with my mum, like visiting her like every day at the hospital and stuff, and like there. He was there when she passed away, because she passed away at home. Yeah, my dad's he's like a very like countryside kind of like older British man.
Is it like stoic? Would that be?
So
or?
he's not. I want to say he's stoic, but he intellectualizes his emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's good at like kind of like saying how he feels and stuff. I didn't really see him cry. But then I know that it has come out in different ways.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
But I think it was like earlier this year or last year. We went for a walk, and I think I held his hand, and he was like, "Oh, this is the first time I've held someone's hand since your mum passed away." And I was like,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I was like, oh wow, like I think I underestimate. Well, obviously losing my mum is one thing, but losing your life partner, that's another thing. So
The mother to your kids
How-
as well.
Bro, this
Yeah.
life too.
How did your parents meet? And I only ask because I'm assuming it's during a period of time where an interracial relationship is like, very taboo.
yeah,
Or
Well,
more
not
taboo.
common,
Maybe the UK is
yeah.
quite different, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they meet through school work.
Yeah. So my mum actually came. My mum came to the country with my older sister, and then had my older brother here as well. And so I think my dad was working in a school that either my mum started working at. Either she took my brother and sister to his school, or she was working in his school.
Yeah.
And so they kind of like met through that. My mum was kind of like going through her own issues with like immigration and like a previous relationship that she was in.
They don't
And
make
my
it easy
dad-
here, man.
Yeah.
Man, coming
And my
here.
dad was kind of like a friend, a supporter, and really helped her when kind of like navigating a lot of the issues and challenges that she was going through. So they got really close, etc. And yeah, it's so funny because I was literally like a immigration baby. I think they was gonna like deport my mum.
Wow.
He said, I know what to do.
Yeah, so I don't know like in what timeline it happened. But I think it was gonna deport my mum. And they was like, okay, cool. Let's maybe like either said let's get married or let's have a baby. I don't know what the timeline was. It was something around that time, but basically I would like to say that I'm an immigration baby.
Yeah, but you're here and the family stays.
Exactly.
Save the family.
Yeah.
Superhero, come on.
Yeah, so that's the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mum, I have like one of my mum's diary entries. And she was saying that how like me and Vince, we walked. Vince took me to, I think it was like Richmond Park, and we walked all along the canal. Underneath the stars and laughed for hours and hours walking, and I was like, "This is so poetic."
Yeah, hey,
So
man.
cute.
We need to ask our parents about love.
Yeah, without for real though.
I try.
That was nice.
Wow.
Nah, I think
Wow.
clearly, like, everything that you've been involved in, as well as like your experience, it just makes you such a wholesome, I think, person, and that's why it makes so much sense that you're involved in this community space, and why people feel, I guess, safe to be in your space too. And it's part of a lot of the work you're doing now. I think even like Black at GLASTO is to bring that to the forefront as well. Like that's such a dope concept. We're thinking like, I don't think there's anything that we know, at least, like that in Australia. Like, I don't think I know anyone that does that, like the festivals that are predominantly a very different audience, but then there's a lot of people that look different to the main audience. Who are like, I want to be a part of this as well. Or it's hard to like fit in, but like that concept is big.
Oh,
where did I guess where's the inspiration, like, it's for that as well, even?
So when I was 14, I was working
14?
That year, whatever year that was.
So it was actually when I was 18. So when I started working for the PR, my big sister's PR company, I think she had been doing Glastonbury for a few years, and so she's obviously had children now. So she was like, "Elsie, do you want to go on my behalf?" And so I was actually going out there on her behalf, doing artist liaison. So working like backstage with the artists and stuff, but she also wanted me to kind of like push some of our like PR clients' products. So like we had like a temporary tattoo brand on our books at that time. So I was like, they were like, "Oh, do you want some tattoos?" I'm trying to plug our clients and stuff. And so was going to Glastonbury after that point every single year, doing artist liaison. But yeah, obviously I was going there by myself because I was working, but very much like one of very few Black people that I saw. Thankfully, I got to work with kind of like an all Black led production team and stage within kind of like the Silver Haze area, because there's in Glastonbury is a massive festival. It's like the size of like a small town, 250,000 about. And so there's like there's different areas, over 300 stages. And so in my area, Silver Haze, there's like 5 or 6 stages. And so there's one stage I was working on at the time was called Gully Stage. And I was like an all Black led.
Gully.
Gully
Of course you got it.
Movado led that one or what?
I mean, the Shaggy performed on it, but it was kind of like the world music stage. You know, because we obviously, world music used to be a thing.
Yeah,
we don't use that term anymore.
Chuck it
Yeah. All the blacks.
The urban side.
So that was all Black led team. And so I was really grateful that I had that kind of like community that I could kind of like be amongst. And so every year I was working, and last year essentially, I think a few weeks before the festival, I was like, because I think over the years I've seen more and more like Black people attending, more and more of my friends getting involved in the festival, more and more Black performers and stuff. But I was like, it'd be great if we could like find a way to like better connect people out in the field, because whenever I would go by myself, I'd always end up meeting a Black person and being like, "Oh my God, I need you," and then we'll just trauma bond for those like 3 or 4 days, you know what I mean, and just like be inseparable for all those days, because there's no one else that looks like us or that we can really like relate to us. So I wanted to make it easier for people to kind of like do that at the festival. So created the WhatsApp group last year. Again, I was just in that like that real human need for people. And then it blew up online in terms of the press stuff, the feedback, the impact. We did a report, kind of like a survey, finding out again like what people's experiences of the space were. And then this year they gave us some funding to like have our own space.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And
it was a proper thing. Because how many days was it this year again? Was it still? How many days did you?
It was, so we was there from Wednesday to Sunday.
Wow.
What is it, Sunday?
Yeah.
So you had like the tent set up and everything.
That's-
People coming there having a
that's
time,
huge.
man.
Are you trying to take that to like other festivals and stuff, or just keep it with Glastonbury?
I think
It serves its purpose straight up.
because I'm not a part of those other communities. I've never been to Coachella. Do you know what I mean? I've never been to.
So keeping it very authentic. And
Like I only went to Cannes for the first year. I know like Cannes have like a Black in Cannes, community there. But I just think that people that are part of those communities should do those things.
That's more authentic.
I'm not. I don't care about monopoly.
I was gonna say you're not here to try to monopolize
I mean,
that's when we start slipping into the capitalist mindset.
Let me take
I
over.
meant more like for other festivals in locally.
No, I mean, if I go to festivals that I think need the service offering, or people come to me and I'll say that actually I want you to create this offering, I'd love to help in, but I'm not gonna like
find me your leader that goes here already, and I'll work with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've started offering like well-being services at different spaces. So we did a well-being festival. We did offered well-being service at a festival, ski festival called Soft Life Ski earlier this year. That was fantastic.
Oh my days! What a time.
We did 2 more this year, Forever International, which is a Juve event. and R&B Slow Jam. So we're doing like
Oh,
more.
yeah.
So we're doing like more like well-being offerings.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
very different from the Black GLASTO offering.
Definitely.
But they kind of serve similar purposes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
functions, but they are different.
That's it.
So the well-being service, take that everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the Black GLASTO or the Black Hat
Something.
initiative,
Yeah.
I think people that are in those spaces should do those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think something you guys do so well here is that whole like report side of things of like, okay, this is what we're
Here's
doing. This is why it's valuable. Here's the
Yeah.
numbers.
Of course.
That's what we're clocking onto now. This trip has opened my eyes to that crazy ways. I'm
Listen.
like, okay.
It's all about those data and numbers.
Yeah,
honestly.
100%.
Yeah.
But then I think if you because I think being on the agency side, like working at
true.
Guap, like you have to report on everything. Like, and I think that corporate experience is so important. I think a lot of creatives, again, it's that lack of like real corporate business exposure. Like when you're working in corporate spaces, bro, you have to report everything. Do you know what I mean? You can't have an
Can't just
idea
For sure.
and not have a deck for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't
Talk about it.
Yeah, you can't do a project and not have an impact report. Or, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
mad.
Like, so I think
For real.
it's just kind of like a no-brainer. Like, and no one asked me to like make a pitch deck for Black GLASTO
Yeah.
when I was coming up with the idea for this year, and no one asked me to do a report last year when it was just the WhatsApp group. Do you know what I
Just
mean?
kind of part of it.
But because of my like kind of like corporate business background, it's like the hell.
That's what you gotta do.
Like,
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're cluing onto now. Like, okay, this is how we need to navigate this.
Yeah.
This is much more important. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you have to formalize it. I think there's so much more as an industry, because I think our community, like young diaspora-led creative cultural economies, wherever we are in the world, I think we're getting to this stage where it's no longer just hobbies for us. We're now trying to make this our professions, and with that, you have to professionalize. You know what I
Right,
mean?
for
So it's
sure.
like, even when we're having issues with like safeguarding in the industry, it's like, well, yeah, there's no employee, policy.
Where's the structure?
There's no safeguarding
yeah.
policies. There's no HR. There's no any of this stuff. So it's like, of course, you're gonna have issues, and they're gonna blow out. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no real structure.
And now you got online as well.
Yeah. So we
yeah.
need to start like professionalizing and doing things.
Facts.
If you want to take it to a certain level where we're living this and breathing this, you know what I mean? It's important.
Nah, you're doing what you gotta do. Proper stuff. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, do you
Oh,
have
yeah.
some hot takes?
Some hot takes.
Let's do it. All right. So first one is, grief doesn't end. You just learn how to carry it differently. Oh yeah. So I pretty much just read the statement and then you just say if you agree and any like opinion on it.
What was that
So,
one again?
grief doesn't end. You just learn to carry it differently.
To go differently.
Because I'm wondering, does the grief turn into something? Can it turn into something else?
I mean, it's kind of like a I guess kind of statement, isn't it? It's kind of I guess grief doesn't end. You learn to carry it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds right to me.
That sounds
Sounds about right. We're trying to get all like, you know. I think is right.
Okay. Next one is travel is the best teacher. Or traveling is the best teacher.
Traveling is the best teacher.
This is difficult.
Yeah.
The people that I find the most interesting all the time are the people that have traveled. And can bring their experiences from the different travels.
Yeah. I think as someone who benefited from that growing up, like in terms of moving from place to place, and then as I'm older traveling for vacation, I will say that as well. I've learned the most easiest, and then I've just been able to connect with everyone that I walk into.
I wouldn't use the word best, because best means like number one, but I'd say like it's a great teacher. Yeah.
Well, where is it on
One
the...
of, yeah.
I'd probably
Life in
like
general.
like probably curiosity. Do you know what I mean? Is the best teacher, because then you actually are willing to learn, and
Fuck,
because you can travel somewhere, not have a conversation with anyone. Do you know what I mean? And you're
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
days,
dude.
that's or you just choose to not eat the local cuisine or
Yeah.
whatever. Like and now you're just like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this is not gonna teach you nothing.
Because I was going to say, there are people though, that because they're so curious about a particular thing or whatever, and they've honed in on that, and I could sit there listening to you talk about this thing for
Yeah.
hours, and they haven't even maybe gone
Yeah.
anywhere. So curiosity.
That is-
Yeah.
Nah, don't agree, huh?
But travel is
Travel is one of.
sitting right under.
there.
Next one is art has always been medicine. We just don't fund it like one.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Damn.
A million
that's
percent.
I
miss political.
We just don't fund it like what?
No, I mean, we definitely don't fund it like
Nah. I mean, these guys had stories and all this stuff, but the life expectancy was still like 32.
But then I think it's about how we conceptualize art.
Yeah.
Herbalism is an art form. Science is an art form.
Oh, that's
That
that
is
Reiki
true.
coming through.
They're all art forms.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 Like those hard ones, man.
Yeah, I know. This is.
Yeah, I'm not mad either way.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
That
Okay.
is a hot
Last one is global health gaps aren't about resources; they're about politics and power.
Come on, man. We've been angry this
100%.
whole.
No, I was gonna say you guys pretty
Yeah,
much
we addressed that one
agreed on
too.
that one for sure.
Yeah,
For
definitely
sure.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Elsie, what are people to be looking? You're getting nervous. What are people
Why
to
is this
be?
an interview? Why is this?
I know.
So,
Hey, guys.
something. We're friends now.
Podcasting is an art form. You see the way I just I've grabbed you.
Yeah,
Yeah. What can people be like looking forward to in terms of the growth and development of like everything that you're involved in? And I'm sure it'll continue to evolve as well because again you'll be pulling in from the bag of
Yeah,
tricks
yeah.
that you've got, so things will be evolving too. But what is at the forefront now that people can be seeing and buy into, get involved in a lot more as well?
We're rebranding.
Rebranding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's something to buy into, and hopefully people like the rebrand and what that looks like and stuff. I think that's my main thing. Obviously, we're having a launch hopefully for the Ourppls.
Yeah, okay,
Get like a first year birthday / launch. So those are the main things. But other than that, I think I want to do more of like the groundwork because I don't want to have like a big shiny like things happening without like the real infrastructure being like solidified. So that's
After
my
all
main,
the chat you've done today too.
yeah. So I think there's a lot of work that I really want to do in terms of like efficiency and like systems and like processes and stuff like that, and like building like a really solid team. So that's like my main. So that's not work that I can really like be like, oh yeah, guys, guess what?
Look at this.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but
I don't know. Rebrands gas me. That's my line of work.
rebrand,
That's my line of work. So I'm like, I'm looking out
Love
for it
it.
now.
Yeah. Because before that, I did that everything by myself on Canva, and it's like that's nice, but at some point, like get professionals in.
Yeah. Sure, we should have met earlier.
You said we should have met earlier.
What's the next holiday destination then?
Jamaica.
Oh,
Jamaica.
going again.
I'm going
Is your
to
partner Jamaican or something?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. I'm going to Jamaica and then Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally decided to go check out Nigeria too. The fake country. Huh?
No, as I've been,
Yeah.
but this is my first time as an adult by myself. Yeah. So,
It's rough.
That'll be
All the best, man.
fun. Yeah.
Beautiful country. I love you, Nigeria.
yeah.
That's dope.
Hey, I think that's us, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You guys can follow Elsie and Ourppls in the description and on the screen as well. Thank you for joining us. Like we said, like, comment, subscribe, share it around, rate on Spotify. What did you tell them to do?
Play that loud at uni.
Play it at uni. Get
Don't
fired.
get kicked out though.
Catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Peace.